Today's show is sponsored by the New Orleans Bourbon Festival. Enjoy exceptional bourbon, bourbon seminars, and cuisine surrounded by the charm and culture of New Orleans. The dates are March 24 through 26. Learn more at NewOrleansBourbonFestival.com. We are also sponsored by Round Table Woodworks and BarrelChips.com. They are bringing whiskey smoke to your favorite foods with their authentic whiskey barrel smoking chips.
You are listening to the Firewater Review, a podcast dedicated to whiskey reviews. I am your host, Seth Brown. I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Mr. Aaron Cave. How are you this evening, sir?
Doing great tonight, Seth. How about you?
I can't complain. I am drinking bourbon. I'm hanging out with you. We're recording a show.
All is well with the world.
All is well. You are right. You're right. I've kind of been looking forward to this one, man. I've had this bottle sitting out, and it's been staring at me. I didn't open it until a couple days ago. Tonight, we're reviewing 1792 Full Proof.
I am very excited as well. Yeah. I just opened mine up about 3 days ago also.
Nice.
And it's been kind of staring at me as well. I've been itching to open it, and I just finished off a bottle of Blanton's straight from the barrel, so I figured I need another high proof to open. And when you mentioned this for the show, I said, "Yep, let's do it."
Yeah, 1792 can be hit or miss with you get into the store picks and stuff. You know, I don't know. I think they used to do the single barrels, and some of them would be barrel proof, some of them would be full proof. One that I actually am still holding on to, I have the barrel of it, came out to be 125 point something. I still have the paper that was stapled to the barrel. It does not drink like 125, but it'll hit you like 125 proof bourbon.
That was the vintage, right?
Yeah.
You sent me, I think, a sample of that a while ago.
Yeah, I did. I love that bottle. Love that bottle.
That was great.
So yeah, the store picks are hit or miss, but when they started releasing this I guess, you know, somewhat limited release line, I was all over it. You know, they've got I don't know if you planned on getting into that with the history, but if you are, feel free to take off.
I sure can, because I was going to.
Yeah.
So, first off, I want to talk a little bit about the distillery itself. So Barton 1792 Distillery was established in 1879. So that actually makes it the oldest fully operating distillery in Bardstown. And so it sits on 196 acres, and it has 29 barrel aging warehouses on it. So that's kind of just a little bit of cool information, I think. But also, the neat thing about it is it has the old, still running Tom Moore Spring. And so, I don't know if you know, but before it was Barton, it was the Tom Moore Distillery.
I did not know that.
Back in the day. And so what I really like about this new lineup that they're doing, before now it was just, you know, the old Bardstown and, not Bardstown, sorry, the old Barton bourbon and the 1792. Now they're finally kind of starting to branch out and do some new things with their lineups. So now they have they came out with the Sweet Wheat, was their first new release. They came out with the Port Finish as their second. Then they came out with their just the normal single barrel, which is a higher proof than the normal Ridgemont. or not Ridgemont, but 1792 small batch.
Yep.
And then the foolproof. So before it was, 1792 small batch, it used to be Ridgemont Reserve.
Yep.
And it was age stated at 8 years. And actually, before it was Ridgemont Reserve, it was Ridgewood Reserve.
Yeah.
And Brown Foreman had a little beef with that. I thought it sounded too much like Woodford.
Yeah.
So they made Barton change from Ridgewood to,
Ridgemont, yeah.
Yes.
How long was it Ridgewood? Do you know?
I think 2 years, from 2002 to 2004.
Okay, I was thinking it wasn't that long that it was that, and I don't remember if I ever saw any of the bottles that was Ridgewood. And I think I would remember it if my family used to be years ago in the nursing home business, and one of the nursing homes was named Ridgewood Terrace, and so I think I would remember it, and I probably would have picked a bottle up if I'd seen it just because of the name. But I don't ever remember seeing it as that on any shelves. I see them pop up occasionally online. The one that I saw not long ago popped up, and I think the guy was wanting like $300 or $400 for it. And you mentioned they had the 8-year age stated. It was the same juice. It was just a different name.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really unique about it. And one of my stores still has 1.75s of 8-year age stated still sitting on the shelf before the packaging changed from Ridgemont Reserve to just plain old 1792.
Well, another neat thing about this foolproof bourbon is it's not actually technically a cask strength bourbon, because they actually do water it down to 125 proof, but they don't. It still is non-chill filtered, so they don't do the chill filter process. They just run it through what is called I think it's a plate filter and a frame filter, just to get all the char out, and then add water to bring it down to 125, and then bottle it from there. And I don't know, I've heard some things about their mash bill that I don't know if they've actually came out with what their mash bill is, but a lot of people seem to think it's 75% corn, 15% rye, and 10% barley. I don't know if that's 100% or not, but I think it's undisclosed kind of type thing. But so, yeah, that's what I got on the bourbon.
Cool. Yeah, they have the high rye, which is still a bourbon. I would like to know what the difference is between those mash bills of the high rye and just the regular traditional bourbon that they have.
Yeah, I'd like to. And you've tried the high rye, correct? I think.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a bottle and tried it.
Yeah.
I'm interested to get a bottle and try it as well. I haven't picked up one yet. It's not in Ohio yet, but I haven't seen any single barrels in Ohio. We did get the foolproof kind of swept through like very quickly, but I got lucky to pick up one.
Yeah.
When it came through, but I do have some really good when they changed their barrel program, when they went from doing the lower proof, the 93 proof, when the single barrel was released, they started letting the barrel programs pick it at that 98.9.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I got a couple really good ones that came from there, from that kind of hike in the alcohol content. So
right.
Yeah, I really dig the single barrel. I think it's really great now that's getting closer to 100 proof.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a nice store pick that I found down in Florida of the single barrel. And I really enjoy it. It's and I've seen online too some private picks of the foolproof floating around there too.
Yeah, they're doing some foolproof picks. So that's another thing to look out for,
Yep. So here's a trivia question for you.
Fire away.
Do you know why? Do you know where 1792 the date comes from?
Oh, I do. That was the year Kentucky became a state.
Very good. You are correct, sir. You win a glass of 1792 Foolproof.
That is what I'm drinking. Too bad Steve couldn't ask me that on the Who Wants to Be a Bourbon Millionaire. Instead, I got what's in a mint julep.
Simple syrup, mint, ice, and bourbon.
You got me with that because I don't make cocktails, so I had no idea.
I make mint juleps the first weekend of every May. Make my own simple syrup, make my own juleps. So I kind of stingy that way, I guess. But yeah, 1792, the year Kentucky became a state. When did the brand first come out? Do you know?
The 1792 brand?
Yeah.
I want to say, probably 2002 when the original Ridgewood was released. Okay. I believe is probably when it first came out.
Right.
I think before that they were just doing the Old Barton, which was, they had their bottled and bond and their really low 80 proof one. They might have an 86 too. I'm not sure. The bottled bond is actually very good. It used to be 6 years age stated.
Yeah.
But they dropped that, which is, unfortunate. But the 6 year age stated was really good for like $13. Yeah. So, like the Heaven Hill age stated bottled and bond, the white label. It's just for, $10, $11. You can't beat it.
Right. Yeah. Then they rebranded a couple of years ago. I guess it was 2 years ago, something like that. The new bottle, I'm not a huge fan of the new bottle. I was a little partial to the old one myself, but
yeah, I'm not too good. I'm not too keen on the flashy gold top as well. But
the bottle bling.
Yeah. Oh, and another small little fact: Sazerac company bought the distillery in 2009 as well.
Yeah.
So they're owned by Sazerac Company, who owns Buffalo Trace and a bunch of other great brands.
Yeah, they really grown. It's all still American owned, but they have a lot of brands under their belt now. They've really expanded in the last 15 years, I guess, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. I'm excited to get into this one.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to take a break. We're going to take some notes, review this bad boy, and when we come back, we will share our thoughts. We talk a lot about bourbon on this show, and one of the most important things that I think we all three can agree on is the ingredients that go into a bourbon. The better the ingredients are that go into any whiskey, really, not just bourbon, but any whiskey, the better the final result is. Could you guys agree on that?
Amen.
Hell yeah.
So we have Pig of the Month.
Pig of the month.
Now.
It's the Pig of the Month.
Yes. And that's one of the things that they tout, is that everything they do, everything that goes into their meats is all only free range, growth hormone free, and grass fed. It's all natural ingredients. There are no preservatives, nitrates, or additives. Nitrates are one of the big things that I know my wife looks for when she goes to the store looking for bacon. It's hard to find bacon that does not have it. Yeah. It is. It's hard to find bacon that does not have nitrates added to it.
Seth, you are talking all fancy and scientific, and I love that. Let me tell the listeners, from my perspective, it's good bacon. Oh,
yes.
Bacon. Seth, carry on. I love what you're saying. You're spot on. I just thought for the more like Evan type of people in the crowd, I wanted to be like, bacon. These pigs are good.
What makes
they are good.
So great too is the fact that everything comes, other than the bacon and the sausage, everything is just heat and eat. So that it's been fully prepared, no shortcuts taken. They're out there grilling the stuff and making it to perfection. So check it out.
Bacon.
It's shipped to your doorstep.
And speaking of that, if you use the code Bourbon Daily, shipping is free. So check them out at pigofthemonth.com.
Bacon.
Do it. Welcome back, everybody. During the break, we reviewed and took some notes on 1792 Foolproof, one of the limited edition offerings from 1792 Barton. And so we took some sips of it, took a few notes, gave it a score, and we're going to provide all of that wonderful information to you right here, right now. So, Aaron, give you the pleasure of kicking things off, if you don't mind.
Alrighty. So, first off, just the nose on this it just has that classic bourbon nose. A lot of caramel, a lot of vanilla up front, but it has a lot of just like baking qualities to it. I get a lot of almost like a buttery cornbread coming out of it, and then right after the cornbread I just get the dark fruits, kind of like the cherry and raisins, a little bit of touch of oak, and I don't know if you get this, but I get a lot of chocolate notes out of it, and I kind of really dig that. I like the chocolate notes that are coming out.
Yeah.
But on the palate, I tell you what, it's just, for me, it's really creamy and buttery. It's got a great mouthfeel. It's viscous, it's thick, but it's not too hot. For being 125 proof, it's, I can pick out the flavors out. I'm not getting a whole lot of burn out of it.
Yeah.
Which is great. But right up front, it's super sweet. You get the caramel, you get the vanilla, you get the brown sugar, just hits you right away. But it's not too much sweetness, because a nice spicy cinnamon comes in right after that, and it kind of kicks that sweetness out and takes over with the spice.
Yeah. And
it's just a great balance. And then right after that, I get kind of the dark fruits again, a little bit of raisin, a little bit of cherry. The chocolate comes back, the oak, a hint of leather, and right at the tail end, I get a nice coffee flavor. And then the finish, long and hot, just the way I like it. It's just super long. It just sits on your tongue. It just hangs out with you. Caramel, cinnamon, a hint of mint, and a little bit of oak. So it's, for me, it's an all-around just great pour. It's solid. It's balanced. I think if they would have just barreled it at barrel proof, didn't kick it down to 125, just didn't mess with the water, just non-chill filter, bottle it, boom, this would be in the 90s for me. But with it bringing down to 125, I'm sitting at an 88 right now.
Nice. That's not bad, though. It's still a solid score.
No. Yeah, it's a good score. It's a good score. But, yeah, man, that water kills it for me just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can see that. It's, well, I'll get into mine here. I'll get into mine before I give it all away, before I officially announce it. It's funny because we picked up a lot of the similar things here, and hearing you describe some of them, like, yep, I'm right there with you on many of these notes and many of these flavors. It's very, very rich. The nose is very rich. There's I picked up a lot of oak and a lot of black pepper right before I pour it, or I'm sorry, right after I pour it. Those are the things that I pick up right away. But the longer that I let it sit, the more the deep caramel notes and the good balance of the oak starts kind of evening it out a little bit there. But I got the vanilla that you mentioned, the cinnamon, very, very light hint of banana for me on the tail end of it. But again, the longer that I let this sit, I started picking up tobacco at the very, very end of it. The longer it sat, and I came back downstairs. I'd poured the glass before we started recording, and when I came back downstairs right before we started, I got another good whiff of it, and then again, in the break, I was taking some more noses of it, and the tobacco there was definitely there for me. Love the nose. Love the nose. The palate, very full-bodied. It's got a lot of upfront cinnamon and spice for me, and some older oak notes. But then it was funny because it was, I think for you, almost the entry of it was almost the exact opposite of mine. And hold on, I'm getting a call from our friend Steve Akeley. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
So we have the Steve Akeley that has called into this show.
Oh my gosh.
How are you this evening, sir?
Good. I'm drinking beer.
You're drinking beer?
Give a review of the beer?
We'll do that. How about we do a nightcap?
Let me take this show over. All right, here's what we're going to do. All right, I'm going to drink a beer, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Then I'm going to put together a shopping list of stuff I want you guys to buy me online.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
We can do that. No, I was actually right in the middle of my review of 1792 Foolproof. Aaron has already given his notes on it.
Okay. Well, Aaron does a good job. Seth.
Yes, I'm good.
So, yeah, I was just actually getting into the palate of it. The nose, I'll give you a little recap here, Steve. So the nose for me is very...
Speed.
Yeah, the nose is very rich. I got a lot of oak and black pepper right after I poured it into my glass. And the longer that I let it sit there, I start picking up some deep caramel notes. And there's a good balance of oak there with it. It starts to kind of lighten up a little bit. Lots of, I guess, some light vanilla and some cinnamon and a very, very light hint of bananas on the tail end of it. But the longer that I let this thing sit there, I started picking up more tobacco on the end of it. Now, before you called into the show, I was getting into the palate. So the palate, it's very full-bodied. There's a lot of upfront cinnamon spice there with some older oak.
You are correct, sir.
Very good. I'm glad you agree. But that settles nicely into some sweeter flavors. Aaron was kind of the exact opposite of me on the entry. He had more of the sweetness up front.
Aaron, what the hell were you thinking, man?
Well,
I know, going against Seth.
Hey, if you're not going to take this seriously, Aaron, well, maybe I'll just do this full time with Seth.
Not if you're drinking beer. You're not that. This beer is not firewater, sir.
It's the kind of.
No, it's not. You have to get some of the. You have to,
and it's a big boy.
Yeah, well, that works. So I was starting to pick up a lot of the sweeter flavors that I was getting on the nose, the caramels and the vanillas. But Aaron, you mentioned the buttery cornbread.
Yes.
It does have a nice butteriness to it. And with the spice, it kind of starts out on the tip of my tongue and it just slowly works its way down the sides of my mouth and it creeps backward. But that butteriness really comes into play once my mouth gets coated really nice. There's almost a buttered biscuit mouthfeel to it. I mean, like you can almost chew it.
Yeah.
And I really dig that.
We're drinking?
Yeah. Well, it's what Aaron and I are drinking. You're drinking beer.
It's true.
But the caramel and the vanilla are present as I get into the very beginnings of a long finish. There's some darker fruits you mentioned there. I get those as well. And I was picking up a little bit of that cherry along too. And the caramel really leads the way though through the finish and helps keep the bourbon really viscous, almost chewy all the way through to the tail end of that long finish. And I really liked it. I agree with you that they maybe watered it down just a tad too much. But I too gave this an 88.
Oh man, that's 2 weeks in a row.
I know. We have the same palate, Steve. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Why? Well, then we only need one of you doing the show, right? You guys keep giving the exact same review. Why do we need two?
No, it just makes the math easy.
It does. It's all about the math, Steve.
Is this all set up beforehand? I'm going to give this an 88. Aaron, you give it an 88.
No, we've had different scores. Actually, was last week we may have been a little off. No, we were.
No, I listened last week. You guys had the exact same score.
Well, the one that was released, but the
Maker's Mark.
Yeah, the Maker's Mark. But then there were one we recorded last week. We were 1 point off. So
that's right. Yeah,
the averaging was what was it, like 87.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're close, man. It just makes the math easy.
Yeah, 88. There it is.
I give this beer I'm drinking an 88.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Stone Brewing Imperial Mutt Brown Ale.
Oh, nice.
I have not had that one. I like Stone, though. Stone has a cool brewery.
Yeah, they do.
They do good stuff.
Yeah, they do a lot of good stuff. I had used to have family that lived out in Oceanside, California.
Okay.
And went out to visit them for a conference actually one time and stayed with them and went out there.
So you went to the brewery actually, huh?
I did, yeah.
That's
cool.
as many breweries as you've been to distilleries then.
Yeah, you're right. One.
Pathetic.
Oh, man.
So pathetic. So what else do you guys talk about on here? Like roller coasters?
We talk about whiskey, man. This is whiskey and whiskey.
No, well, let's get into some other stuff. I mean,
well, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah. What do you got?
Well, let's talk about roller coasters.
Roller coasters?
Yeah.
What's your favorite roller coaster?
Yeah.
I don't like roller coasters actually.
Oh, but you wanted to talk about this.
I thought maybe you guys could punch it up. I don't really have anything roller coaster wise.
So the two, and one of them's really not. I guess it could be called a roller coaster. I don't know, but it's at the Space Needle, or not the Space Needle. It's called the Space Needle.
There's no rides at the Space. There's an elevator.
What's what's the one that looks like the Space Needle in Las Vegas? What's it called?
The Stratosphere.
The Stratosphere. Yeah. So they have.
Gosh, you guys need me on this show.
They have. No, we don't.
For memory issues.
Right.
So
the guy that wants to talk
young.
about roller coasters but doesn't like them.
No, I don't like roller coasters. Oh,
so we went out.
Please even thinking about it.
There was 4 guys that myself included that went out to Vegas. Oh gosh, probably 19 years ago, and we walked all the way down to the Stratosphere. And they actually have a roller coaster that goes around the outside of the very top of it.
I'm familiar.
But then they also have like the antenna of the Stratosphere has a ride on it. So they strap you in. There's 4 seats.
Up there, huh?
What's that?
It's like a slingshot type of thing.
Kind of, yeah. So they strap you into this thing. It's 4 seats across, and it kind of forms a square all the way around the antenna, and they shoot you up at like 3 Gs or something like that. And I mean, mind you, you're already several hundreds of feet up in the air.
Sure.
And I just knew I was going to die. I just knew it because I can see like
what
this.
What do you do to protect the hair in these instances?
It was much shorter then. I was younger.
I think the ABV network needs to take out an insurance policy on your hair. That's kind of
maybe
an asset of the network.
So that one, you know how they take the pictures on those types of rides? Yeah. It looked like all of us had messed our pants going up that thing. And then that same trip, it was I can't remember what hotel it was, but they had a roller coaster too, and it was a very short roller coaster. And they
New York?
No. We stayed in New York. We rode that
roller coaster.
Yeah, we rode that one. We would, play blackjack and drink and then ride that at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Sure.
But no, this was at like the NASCAR Cafe or something like that. But it was part of one of the hotels. But I think it was across the street from Caesars. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, so you can fit 4 to a car. And so we all get in it.
Did Aaron hang up?
I'm still here.
He might have. But the thing shoots you like 4 Gs. And it goes straight up and then like 2 Gs backwards.
Oh, this is entertainment?
Yeah, it was.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
So that's my roller coaster experience.
You do any of that kind of stuff?
Me? Nah, I'm not a roller coaster person. I worked in a level 1 trauma hospital for a while. People come in with missing limbs. I mean,
for roller coasters? Oh, sure.
So you get people like me that,
Carnies.
Yeah.
Carnies
come in. Stitch me up. I lost an arm.
Yeah.
That's just people like me that like to try to chop their arms off with mirrors.
Yeah, that's true. Very, very dangerous.
Yeah. So what about this? Have you had the 1792 foolproof, Steve?
No, haven't had that. Haven't had anything from that line. No. Evan won't let me buy it because he doesn't like the bottles.
Oh.
So he's banned me from buying any of that stuff.
Screw that guy.
Yeah. White label.
It's not.
He's my mentor.
I'm sorry. No, I mean, we were talking about this before we went into the break, making our notes, but they changed the bottle a couple years ago. I liked the old style bottle, way more than what I do the newer ones, the bottle bling and all with the gold cork and all that.
Yeah.
But this line that they have, I like it. I like it a lot. This one, I think the foolproof is solid. I'm going to have to find a backup bottle of this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I rate it higher than Blanton's, so that says something, right?
Yeah, everything higher than Blanton's in your world. Where's Hasselberg? I thought he was going to be on here.
Has
He
he?
never called in.
I asked him about it, and he was worried. He was worried.
Why?
That is, the guy writes phenomenal in English.
Here he is, right here.
He didn't want to be on. He didn't want to be on.
You look it up. There he is. He's He's got his glasses on. Randers, Denmark. Whole bottles up.
Yeah, no, I asked him about being a guest on the show, and he was worried about the time difference and his English, and I was
He's
like,
overcome the time difference, and we know he speaks English because he sang to you on your birthday.
I know,
Yeah.
and he writes phenomenally in English.
He writes better than I do.
I know. Well, it doesn't take much better to write better than me, but
Yeah.
who else is there anyone else we can prank call here?
I don't know. Why don't we let's wrap this show up and then we can.
No, the viewers the listeners are loving this.
Well, we'll do a nightcap.
Seriously, you guys, you want to listen in, right? Keep it going.
What?
Keep it going. Let's
All
get
right.
Evan.
We'll keep it going.
Yeah, let's get Evan on.
Let's get Evan on. Where's he at?
Out to, and there's a whole lot of paperwork and stuff he's got to go through to get approval to get on the podcast.
He actually has per episode contracts.
That's
Oh, gotcha.
Release forms and
it's not happening.
He's got to check with the Warren.
yes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, Steve, as far as the 1792 foolproof goes, you need to pick up a bottle of this.
All right. I'm on the lookout for it now officially. If it's
It's a
recommended by
must.
you, I'm in.
How much does it cost? It's like 40.
Sarah K is online. Let's call her.
44. Well, hold on. Are you going to call her in? You can add her to your line.
Can I add her to my line? Will it record?
I don't know. Hold on a second.
I don't know. What? Add to group call. Here you go. What did I just dialed her?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it says adding her. Phone is ringing. It's ringing.
I don't hear anything on my end.
It's not happening. I think she sees who it is and is like, I don't think so.
I'm not talking to that guy.
That's not happening. That's too bad.
So how's your beer?
Beer is great. Yeah. Yeah, really good. It's a solid 88.
The solid 88.
Nice.
I dig it.
Nice.
You said, what was it? It was Stone what?
Stone Brewing Company. It's a Mutt Brown Ale.
Mutt
It's got a
Brown
nice
Ale.
dog on the front. Yes.
I don't think I've ever had that from them.
Yeah, I
Oh,
really
that's too
enjoy
bad.
their Enjoy by IPAs. Those are always really solid.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Did you know that they play, or at least they used to anyway, heavy metal music in the
No.
fermenting room? Yeah. Their claim was that it agitates the yeast cells.
So you went there.
Oh.
Did you find that to be true?
I did not. They weren't open for tours at the time. I mean, the distillery the brewery is open. I mean, they've got a bistro and all this other stuff there. But they weren't giving tours at that specific time. I don't know if I was just there at the wrong time or what, but I mean, you can look in and see. And honestly, I don't remember if I heard any or not, but I know when they first got started, they played heavy metal in there.
Yeah.
So it's funny you mentioned that because Copper and Kings out of that do the brandy out of Louisville, they also play music in their cellar where they have their brandy aging.
See, we're learning stuff here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they say it pushes some of the brandy into the wood and pushes what's in the wood out. So I don't know if you guys have had any of their brandy, but it's pretty phenomenal. So
I haven't.
No, I'm not really into the brandy.
I didn't think I would be into brandy either, but someone told me to pick up a bottle of their bourbon barrel aged brandy, and it's pretty phenomenal.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever owned any brandy. I think I've tasted it, like at a party or something, but I've never. No. Closest I've had is, we reviewed the Woodford brandy cask.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh my gosh!
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Was that Sarah?
Who was that?
Yeah.
I think we had Sarah for a second.
Yeah.
A second.
Yeah. She teased us. But yeah, the Woodford brandy cask, we reviewed that. That's the closest I think I've been to a brandy in a while. Who are you calling?
Sarah K.
Oh.
She was on for a second.
I thought you said somebody else. I was like, I think that's probably in our best interest not to call the person I thought you said.
No. We can call Monty from Texas. He's going to be on the show next week. He's all set up. Yeah.
Huh.
From Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Monty in Texas.
Monty. Let's try randomly calling him.
This is the prank call edition.
The prank call edition.
Yes. It's good.
Sarah's being difficult.
It says current call, Sarah K.
I'm going to text Sarah K.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, hey.
Sarah.
Oh, hey.
You're on the air. It's Steve Akeley.
Oh, well. Hey, what's up?
No pressure.
Hey, guys. I would love to talk to you, but could you call me in like 2 hours? I am currently at work at the restaurant in the middle of a party.
Don't get fired. Hang up.
Okay. All right,
See ya.
goodbye.
I wanted to talk to the chef.
No, that wouldn't happen. We got to call her back in 2 hours.
The fact that she even...
I'm going to have to settle... This involves the setting of an alarm.
Who is this other person? There's someone showing up in the Skype. Who is that?
Hey, Seth, this is Monty.
Hello, Monty. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you guys?
Monty, I would like to welcome you to the Firewater Review. We're actually in the middle of an episode, so welcome to the show, Monty.
Welcome to the show.
Monty, this is a test of our system here, so it's successful.
Well, it's a test for me because I didn't know how to do Skype, and I just loaded everything up, and I've had nothing problems with it, and I finally got it going, and then my computer started talking to me, and I'm like, okay, now what's it doing, But yeah, this is totally new to me.
You're doing good, though. I've gone on the Firewater Review, and I've kind of taken it over. We're just calling people randomly.
So fortunately, we had already given our reviews. Monty, we were drinking and reviewing 1792 Foolproof tonight. So it's myself and Aaron Cave, and then obviously Steve is doing all the prank calling.
Yeah, that's happening.
Monty, have you had 1792 Foolproof?
I haven't had the Foolproof. I've had 1792, but haven't had the Foolproof yet.
We need to get your hands on a bottle of the Foolproof, sir.
Actually, I do have it. I just haven't opened it yet.
Well,
so
let's crack it right now.
No pressure, man. No pressure.
Hey, Monty's wife, bring that 1792.
Hey, Ma.
We'll see if we'll get her to bring that over to you.
Yeah, I doubt it. She's already in bed.
Oh.
And she hadn't even hit the liquor cabinet.
So for those that don't know Monty is one of our Instagram buddies.
He is, yes. He's getting ready to come on he's going to be on the Bourbon Daily next week, next Tuesday, I think we're recording. So he'll be hanging with us.
I'm cramming and organizing my cheat sheets as we speak.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So what is this going to be? How to be a bourbon millionaire?
It is.
Mm-hmm. Well, Aaron, please tell them how that went for you.
Yeah, I got 5 samples. I got through it. All right. Just look up your mint juleps. Make sure you know how to make a mint julep.
That was his downfall.
It was. It really was.
If he got through that one, he could have saved a cheat, and I felt like he could have gone all the way.
I could have gone.
So one of the guests on one of our previous episodes, Mr. Casey Mabe, the traveling fisherman, he also didn't fare too well, I don't think, did he?
I think he got 4.
He didn't. He didn't win anything.
Yeah, that's kind of like Renee. Whenever she came on, that bless her heart, she just wasn't quite up to.
Oh yeah. Poor Evan was just.
Oh, I know. He was hammering her.
Yeah. Oh yes. So Seth, is this how the show normally goes? You do your reviews, then you start making a bunch of calls and stuff to random people who don't expect it?
Yeah, we haven't called you in to any of them yet?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. All right.
No,
well, we better wrap up. Do you need our plugs and stuff? How does this work at the end here?
You know what? I'm actually really interested to see what you guys think about how long Evan's only buying white label Evan Williams will last.
You know what? He's just weird enough. He's hard-headed enough that he just might stick to that.
You think so?
No way. No.
I do. So far he's made it.
You know,
well, it's only a month in.
This is a guy who, on at least one, maybe two episodes of the Bourbon Show, has not actually been drinking what he said he's been drinking.
That's right.
So,
really funny.
Can we trust him, even if he says this is what he's buying?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Who doesn't have a bottle of Old Grandad 1490 or
Evan
14?
Evan.
I know.
Evan. But there's cases, he says, all over the place in Grand Rapids.
Oh, that's so good.
It's great. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this also is a guy that won't buy 1792 because he doesn't like
he doesn't like the bottle.
Yeah.
Oh,
it doesn't what they put in there. If he doesn't like the bottle, he won't buy it. So I don't know. He is just weird enough. I'm telling you, it might happen. He might not buy anything. What he did say, he could do a pass through. So I'm really kind of hoping this is going to happen because, you know, he's got good relationships that he's built up over the years already. And when he gets these things, you know, from those, he said, you know, he could buy them and pass them along to me at cost. So I'm hoping he sticks to it.
I think I need to get in on this deal.
I know.
Huh.
Oh yeah. It's pretty sweet.
So how long is he doing this Evan Williams challenge?
For 2017.
Yeah, the whole year.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah. So that's all he can buy. He can drink other stuff. Like, so if he has it on hand or someone gives him something, he can drink it, but he can't buy anything.
I gotcha. I thought he was only drinking that for the year. Was there a reason? It just, that's what he wanted to do? Or
New Year's resolution.
Evan is a weird dude. So it's because he preaches the fact how great it is. He felt like he should put his money where his mouth is and only buy that for a year. And he also got in trouble because he spent too much money last year. He had a secret credit card got caught. So worked that down. So that's probably the real story there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I have a review ready for him for the next Bourbon Show.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Williams White Label?
Oh, yeah.
Score 46.
50.
It is the first in the history of bourbon reviews and scoring. Yeah. One has never been rated this low.
Hey, you'd be rough. He gave Alicia a 0 on her picks on that show we just did.
Yeah.
I threw her, I gave her a 1.
Hey, you know what? Fighting Cock, the age-stated Fighting Cock is actually not too bad at 103 proof. It's a solid pour, I think.
Not age-stated, but
oh, it wasn't age-stated?
No, it's not age-stated. That is a bummer. But she just didn't capture what we were trying to do. But boy, she was mad. And now I keep getting like her fans or fanatics or whatever they are.
Hate mail.
Hate mail. They're DMing me, you know, I'm not right. My picks were horrible. Hers were. I did a delicious party and I wouldn't go to yours. I don't care what you're serving. You know, I don't care. I really don't care.
So, you know, Steve, when you did yours, I was right on par with you. I would have picked the H&H and Age and Old Granddad 114 right off the bat. Those are two solid ones I would have picked right off the bat. I mean,
because you think about the value in the store. Again, the task was to spend $50 and bring stuff that's going to be interesting. It's kind of going to be a focal point of the party, and just to bring average everyday stuff, I don't think it's enough. You got to have story to it. So that's why I did those, because they've got a great story there.
It had to be under $30, right?
Under
50.
Under 50.
Yeah, because I also had mellow corn too, because I wanted to show, hey, this isn't a corn whiskey, really, because it's age, it's different. Well, it is corn whiskey, but it's different.
Right. Yep.
It's not bourbon. Try it, and then I bought the other two in there. I just thought it was an interesting approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought yours was solid. I mean, I really did see what Evan was doing with all the different Evan Williams.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, because at least it had a story there. Here's the three the same kind of labels, just different colors, and see what you think. Did you listen to that one, Monty?
I did. In fact, I thought that was a really good idea to do a kind of a flight with the various Evan Williams stuff. But I also thought I liked Alicia's picks as well, because when you think about,
Monty just sent me some of that hate mail I was talking about.
You think about it, if you're going to have a party, well, first she's got a big advantage. It's Alicia, so you got to throw a party and then have her throw a party on the same night and see which,
I was saying, I'm like, I know why it's nothing to. You have nothing to do with the picks. It's because Alicia's there. That's why you go to her.
Monty's going to her party. Sorry, Steve.
And everybody else will.
Nobody showed up to my house. I've got old granddad 114. They don't care.
Right. She could be, serving Mogan David, and everybody'd go to her party.
She had a solid pick right off the bat, though. The Wild Turkey 101 is can't go wrong with that.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I thought she was going down the right path. I liked that one too. And then she screwed up. She called fighting cockfight, and we were laughing on that. That got her mad.
Yeah.
And then she had like a mini bottle of something, or maybe a 375 of something to round it out. I don't know. But, and I don't know. I thought that was just okay. I mean, again, I no way she was anywhere near winning that thing, I didn't think. But, and then Evan just out of nowhere goes, I would seriously give that a 0.
Downhill from there pretty quick.
And see, she does it where she's on video and she just starts tearing up her papers, throwing stuff. I mean, she threw a real fit there. And she ended up leaving.
Got you back today.
7 at the end there. It was so great. It was a classic. So listen to that. Anybody who hasn't heard it yet, the February 1st of the Bourbon Daily.
Yeah, the bourbon budget.
Yeah.
$50 bourbon budget.
Takes them back today on the one today where she just shuts off her camera completely. So
yeah, she was punishing us. So she wouldn't run her camera. But she's so easy to fix, because at the end I told her she won. Oh, then we're back to being best friends. Everything's
of course.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's all fixed.
Funny. Yeah, I remember listening, because I'm the one that uploads all this stuff, so I try to listen to them as I upload them. And I remember listening. I mean, it was like probably I don't know how long ago it was that I actually uploaded. It wasn't that long, but
a couple weeks. Probably.
Yeah. No, that was a good one. And, I was thinking just the other day, I mean, I spent, what was it? Like $60 and brought home 3 really solid bourbons. It was the Evan Williams White Label, Buffalo Trace, and I can't think of what the other one was now. But I mean, 3 bourbons that are great for $60.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
It was kind of a fun challenge, and we coordinate all that stuff, and that, hey, this is what we're doing, be ready for the show. So yeah, it was definitely a fun thing, I think. But,
I know what it was. It was last week when we were doing the Henry McKenna, Aaron. I'm sitting there looking at it. That's like a $30 bottle, and I'd picked up a bottle of Buffalo Trace that same day, and also that same day I picked up the bottle of Evan Williams White Label. And I'm sitting there looking at it, going, "This is $60 right here." And you get a 10-year-old bourbon, a bottled and bond bourbon, and then you get like a middle shelf bourbon with the Buffalo Trace. I mean, you can't $60, and you got 3 solid bourbons.
Yeah, you get a lot of drink in there. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, that really puts a lot of pressure when you start comparing things on value basis with those 3.
Yeah. You're right. All right.
So
Seth,
I don't know about you guys.
You got to do here.
What?
Say goodbye.
I don't know. Aaron was going to say something. What were you saying, Aaron?
Oh, I just poured another bourbon. I was going to see what else you guys are drinking.
Oh, I'm still drinking Full Proof.
Oh,
Steve, you still sipping on your beer?
I still got my beer.
What about you, Monty? Are you drinking anything?
Well, yes, I'm actually drinking coffee with a little Buffalo Trace bourbon cream.
Nice.
yeah, nice.
What time is it in Texas, Monty?
Yeah, it's 8:30 here, but and the way my job is, I get up really early, so by about 10 o'clock, I'm pretty well done myself.
I gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm right there with.
Yeah, the Buffalo Cream is solid. I keep a bottle of that in the fridge, and it's funny because the mornings that I get up early to cook barbecue, you like to start off the day with bourbon, and I like to end the day with bourbon, and in between is the barbecue. So I started off with coffee and the bourbon cream, and then I'll move to a Bloody Mary, and that gets me through about 11 or 12, and then I can just switch over to bourbon, and it's just bourbon the rest of the day. Yep.
Game on.
Yep. Game on.
So Steve, let me ask you this. Have you been to the Barton Distillery doing tours?
No, I have not.
Oh, see, they have a bourbon cream as well, and they try to model it after the chocolates they give you at the distillery, and it's almost spot on with their bourbon cream chocolates, and it's I don't know if it's as good as the Buffalo Trace, but it is. They're both stellar.
I'm going there next month. I'll hit there. I want to go see Weaver's new place.
Pick up their bourbon cream because it's very good.
All right, I'm looking for some stuff to do, so I'll definitely hit that since I haven't been there before.
There's who is it that also has the bourbon cream? Oh, Josh Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
They have a bourbon cream, too.
That's right, yeah.
At 1833.
Made by Ghosts.
Made by Ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that. What's the name of that bourbon cream,
Boone County.
Boone County. I have to look it up now.
All right.
Look at that. It's already in.
Monty, we're not bothering you, are we?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
You're just good to be hanging out with us.
Hey, Monty, it works. Your technology works.
Yeah,
it does.
Oh, great! And this is just my my speakers and my microphone from my little laptop. So
you sound good.
Yeah, test run.
I did get a headset and everything. So whenever we get ready to do the other one, I might give it a shot and see if it's any better.
Okay.
Whitehall Bourbon Cream. That's it.
Okay.
Boone County Distilling. God, those bottles are so beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
They're nice.
Yeah, really good stuff.
So Monty, down in Texas, what's it like down there, bourbon-wise? I know I had a friend that lived down there for a while, and he was sending me 12 years and Old Charter 10-year for quite a while until he moved back to Cincinnati.
It's actually really good here compared to what you hear about going on all over the place. The B-Tax and the Pappies are the same as anybody else. They're hard. But, we get more than our fair share, I think, of some of the allocated bourbons and the special releases, that sort of thing. Austin in particular, for as big a city as it is, I don't think the bourbon boom has hit us here nearly like it has in other parts of the country. Things will last on the shelf for quite a while, a lot longer than you hear about them disappearing everywhere else. A good example is the Old Scout. I can still go to numerous places right now and find Old Scout 10 and 7, plenty on the shelf. The 114 Old Granddad is still available on the shelf. So it's apparently it's not nearly as bad as a lot of the other places.
Have you seen any Old Charter 10-year?
No, but I have seen a little bit of Old Charter 8. That's still available fairly easily.
Okay.
I run into a store occasionally around Atlanta that has it. I don't ever pick it up, but I do see it occasionally. It's
the
random. No, the 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 10. Gosh, I haven't seen the 10 in quite some time.
Oh, years.
Yeah,
years.
Yeah, I haven't seen the 10 myself.
I did pick up several bottles of the 7-year.
Oh, yeah.
Which has been gone for a while.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah, it's like early 90s, I guess. that went away. And I ran up on a store. It was like in the middle of nowhere. It was kind of a sketchy looking store, but it was in a very busy area of the metro Atlanta area. And they had tons of it. So I bought what they had. And it was from 88, I think. 1988.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
So, Monty, do you sing at all? You seem like you got a singing voice.
No, not at all. In fact, I couldn't carry a tune to save my life.
All right. So your line is going to be the Mau Mau. We'll do a little Elvira here, okay? I'll take it, and then when I you know where that point is, right?
I'll go,
I'll go boom bappa, and then you give it the Mau Mau. All right, here we go. Elvira, bum 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 bum, giddy up, a boom bappa, boom bappa. Monty, that was legitimately horrible. On both of our parts. You tried.
Wait,
you didn't hit your mark. You didn't give me the baritone I was hoping for there. I think you got the chops. You just missed the mark. You clearly didn't have any classical training there.
Not enough bourbon. I get better whenever I have.
Yes.
Oh, we all do.
Next
We
week
all
for
do.
the show, you and I are going to do that, and it's going to be perfect. You're going to be a Mau Mau.
Practice.
Practice up.
Yeah,
Practice
practice that all weekend. You got till Tuesday, okay, buddy?
I need a little light to flash on my computer or something, when I'm supposed to say it.
I thought he'd have it. He's got the voice there, but just didn't quite work for us.
Just practice. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and that still wouldn't. I tell you what, I'm one of those guys that you could not pay me enough money to get up there and do those karaoke things. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, that's too bad. Too bad. So turn in to the Bourbon Daily to hear Monty and I singing Elvira on the ABV network. We're going to get this down. All right, gents. I think that wraps it up for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm done too.
Plugs?
So yeah, we'll just do plugs while everybody's here. So Monty,
I
you're
do have one quick question for Seth, if I could.
yeah.
The other night you were on one of the podcasts, you were drinking some Eagle Rare, some older Eagle Rare 101.
Yes.
Y'all were doing tasting notes and things, but you never even mentioned anything about it. And I was real curious what you thought of it.
Monty, this is the honest to God's truth. That may be one of the best bourbons I've ever had.
Yep.
So, Seth, was
Yes.
that a Seagram's?
It was 1979. So
Seagram's,
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
It was great. It was.
That just started it all for me. And when you mentioned that you were tasting it, I've been looking for an old bottle for years, trying to replace it. Never been able to find one.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the lookout for another one. This was actually from a.
Seth gave it an 86, by the way.
Yeah.
Slightly above Blanton's, right?
Well,
Exactly.
87.5. No, this was actually from an old decanter. Someone had taken it out of the decanter and put it in just a regular glass bottle because everybody freaks out, worried about the lead and whatnot nowadays. So this guy, one of my buddies, had given me it was about a 200 milliliter bottle, but he had poured me a sample of it, so it was a healthy sample. And my brother-in-law was sitting in that night while we were recording that show, and we poured 2 glasses out of it, and I was kind of expecting to put the top back on it. After that, we plowed through that thing. It was gone in a matter of minutes, and we probably drank. We recorded a nightcap that night too, didn't we, Steve? That was Weebrink. Yeah, that was the Weebrink and Renee episode. And we went through several different bottles that night. And my brother-in-law, after we got done, he looked at me and he said, that stuff was really great. And he really doesn't drink that much bourbon. But no, that was hands down the star of the show that night. Like I said, it may be one of my favorite bourbons that I've ever had. It was just so much caramel, but being 101 proof, it's got just enough kick to it. It was just a great bourbon. I'm going to have to find me another bottle of it.
I tell you what, man, those old decanters, I know I talked about it personally, me and you, Seth, but I haven't talked to it with these guys, but I think I told you about that old Jim Beam battery decanter that we tried at one of my buddies'
Oh yeah,
birthday parties.
yeah.
So that was 69. So it was actually distilled in like the early 60s, and we opened that and poured it straight out of the decanter. And I mean, honestly, we called it battery acid. It's the car battery,
right?
And we're all still here, and it was actually great Jim Beam bourbon.
Nobody went blind.
Yeah, we're all still alive. I'll talk about it. And actually,
Nice.
he took it and vatted it, and we still, whenever we go over to the guy's house, still have some here and there. And I actually, I have an old decanter from the mid 60s of Beam, and it's actually an 8-year age stated.
The
So
200 months old.
Yes, so it was actually distilled in the 50s, which I haven't opened it yet, but I'm hoping
save that.
at some point. At some point I'll open it and see if I live through it.
I'll be in
but
Ohio in June. I'll swing by.
That's right. Yeah. If you come to Columbus, hit me up for sure.
Yeah.
You can come over, have some drinks.
Drink some
Have a good
battery
time.
acid.
Yes.
Some battery acid. Yeah, count me in.
But no, Monty, that was good. So you said that was one that you kind of favored.
Yeah, that's the one that started it all for me. I started off with Ancient Age, and I had my first taste of Eagle Rare back then, and I drank that stuff for 15 years, just nothing else but that. And I've been trying to find something that tastes like it ever since. And believe it or not, the closest thing I have found is a Smooth Ambler Old Scout 10-year.
Huh.
And, I think it was because back then Eagle Rare used a different distillate, and it was a higher rye than it is now.
Yeah.
And the Smooth Ambler, is a higher rye than what you're going to get typically from most distillers.
Yep.
And anyway, I've been trying to replicate that same profile for years, and I heard you drinking it, and I was like, wow, I wonder what he thinks of it.
It was amazing. So if I ever find one, Monty, I will let you know, and I will send you some.
Thank you. Hey, I'm greedy. I want a whole bottle.
Being very sincere, I'll tell you.
Thanks.
All right.
Well, that's it. Monty, you're on the line with us, so why don't you give us a plug? Where can folks find you?
Well, you can find me following you guys around. Monty in Texas on the Instagrams, and I spend more time there than anywhere else, so that'd probably be the easiest place.
Steve,
That's where we hang out,
you're technically a guest too, Steve. Where can people find you?
Yep. I'm easy to find. I am at Steve Akeley on Twitter or Instagram, and check out my website, steveakeley.com.
Aaron?
So I am Bourbon Cave on Instagram and Twitter. I do the Firewater Review, as you're listening to. Also write for Sons of Winston Churchill. Also write for the Bourbon Zeppelin. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to my boys at Roundtable Woodworks. They just sent me a great Glencairn glass display. You might have seen it online on Instagram. It's even personalized with some cool engravings. So check them out at Roundtable Woodworks. Who was that? Man, who was that? I don't remember.
Well, they love Aaron. I had them write a review for him for Bourbon Zeppelin, and they loved the review, and I think they've been friends with you ever since.
Yeah, and actually, I talked to Chris I talked to him today, and I'm actually going to write a review for you for the Bourbon Zeppelin on the Glencairn display that I got, which is actually in the works right now. So hopefully, maybe next month after that.
Okay. Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll get it in there for you.
So I'm just giving a shout out to them because they do some great work. So check them out, Roundtable Woodworks.
Roundtable Woodworks and BarrelChips.com.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, a sponsor of this fine network that we're on.
That's true.
So I am Seth P. Brown on the Instagrams and the Twitters. I'm on this show, of course. I'm also on another show with one of these other jerks on the line, the Bourbon Show. You can find me there. You can find me on abvnetwork.com. Go there. That's where all of our shows are. You can listen to this one. You can listen to the Bourbon Show, the Last Beer Show, the Bourbon Daily, Steve has a new show, The Bourbon Chronicles. Check that out.
Right.
That is a
Looking forward to
fantastic
it.
show. That is a
Thank you.
fantastic show. I loved it. I listened to it today. Excellent job,
It's
sir.
out there now. Yes, yeah. I got to start promoting it. It just got approved by. I was waiting for the iTunes approval, and I just got it this evening. Matter of fact, I texted Seth tonight saying, "Hey, it got approved."
Yeah.
So,
Hey, well, breaking news. It's now in
Yeah.
Google Play too.
oh, it is. Oh, cool.
Yes,
cool.
they
So-
approved that as I was eating dinner tonight.
Oh, nice.
So there you go.
It's an interview show.
What was for dinner?
I've got a lot more coming. So, once I got the first one out there, a lot of people were kind of waiting to see what the interviews were like, and I think they're going to like what they hear. So I hope to get a lot more going.
Yeah, yeah. What was for dinner? I had a little burger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's approved. It's in Google Play now. But all the shows are on ABV Network. You can also find our sponsors on ABV Network. Aaron mentioned Roundtable Woodworks. They also have barrelchips.com. We have the Pig of the Month. We have who am I missing? Oh, the New Orleans Bourbon Festival.
Yep.
And Dirty Knees Soap. is the
Dirty Knee
newest
Soap.
one.
It's the newest one. Yeah.
Yeah. So check that out. If you'd like to become a sponsor, we would love to have you.
Yep.
We also enjoy reviews. You can do that in iTunes. I believe Google Play and Stitcher gives reviews. I think Google Play does. I'm not sure about Stitcher, but
Stitcher does too.
does it? Okay.
You can review.
Yeah. So give us reviews. We enjoy reviews. We like your feedback. We take them to heart. We care what our listeners think about us. And that's it for this episode of the Firewater Review. 1792. We gave it an 88. Go out and pick it up.
88s.
Do it.
I gave
Cheers.
Stone Brewing Company Imperial Mutt Brown Ale. I got an 88 as well.
Hey, Monty, what did you give your coffee with bourbon cream?
Tonight, I gave it a good solid 90.
Nice. There you go, folks.
But, coffee for me is getting an 88 without anything. So.
I
Aaron
dig
and
it.
Seth, what did you guys give Monty and I our duet on Elvira? What did you give that?
Oh, no.
I gave that about a 27.
Yeah. I'm with Seth. 27. Yeah. But I
We got to start
I
grading on a curve
expected-
here.
Hey, we're
I
working on
expect
that.
a
That was our
major
rehearsal.
approval.
Wait till next
Yes.
week. We're going to nail that thing.
You better nail it. You better.
Yep. All right.
That's it, everybody.
See you guys.
Thanks for
Bye,
listening.
guys. Thanks.
Later.
See ya.
Talk to you soon.
The Firewater Review is part of the ABV network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers.